Most engineers are building on AI APIs they don't fully control and don't fully understand. In this video, we'll cover the core concepts powering modern AI systems: embeddings, vector databases, agent orchestration, RAG, and MCP. Whether you have heard these terms 100 of times or you are encountering them fresh, by the end, you'll have a clear mental model of how they fit together as a system. Let's get into it. When we talk about AI assistants understanding our tasks, notes, or documents, it all starts with something called embeddings. At a basic level, an embedding is just a list of numbers, a vector. But here's the key. Those numbers capture the meaning of the text. For example, the task write project report and the task draft team summary may look different as words, but their embeddings will be very close in vector space because the intent is similar. This means the AI doesn't just see raw words, it sees tasks as points in high-dimensional map, where closeness equals similarity in meaning. Embeddings also go beyond text. The same idea applies to images, audio, even code. In modern systems, everything, from a calendar entry to an email to a design file, can be embedded into vector form. Once your information is in vector form, you can search by meaning instead of keywords. Ask, what's my top priority for Project Apollo? And the AI finds the most relevant task or notes, even if you never use the exact phrase top priority. Embeddings is the foundation on which the rest of the productivity system is built. Now that we know what embeddings are, the next question is, where do we keep them and how do we use them efficiently? And that's where vector databases come in. Think of them as a long-term memory for AI system. Instead of storing data as rows and columns, they store embeddings, those high-dimensional vectors we just talked about. The real power here is similarity search. When you give the AI a new query, like show me the task related to the client launch, the system turns that query into an embedding, then searches for the closest vectors in the database. Those closest vectors corresponds to tasks, notes, or documents that are semantically related, even if you never use the same words. And just like relational databases scale the business world, vector databases are scaling the AI world. Popular ones include Pinecone, BV8, Milverse, and FAISS. They are optimized to handle millions of embeddings and still find the right matches in milliseconds. So when your AI assistant feels like it's remembering the right detail at the right time, it's really the vector database doing the heavy lifting in the background. Embeddings and vector databases give AI systems memory and context. But memory alone isn't enough. The system also needs to decide what to do with that information. And that's where intelligent agent orchestration comes in. An AI agent is more than just a chatbot. It's designed to perceive your request, reason about the steps needed, and then act using the right tools. Orchestration is how we manage this reasoning and acting loop. For example, imagine you ask, summarize my top 3 tasks for today and email them to my team. The agent has to understand your intent, retrieve today's tasks from the vector database, prioritize them using its reasoning ability, draft a summary, and finally, call the email API to send the message. Behind the scenes, frameworks like React help the AI alternate between reasoning and taking actions. Instead of trying to solve everything in one shot, the models think step by step, checks results, and adjusts. This makes it more reliable, especially for complex workflows. In advanced systems, you can even have multiple agents working together. One specialized in planning, another in execution, and another in verification. They communicate, negotiate, and collaborate to finish tasks almost like a virtual team. This orchestration is what elevates an AI assistant from being a simple note taker to being a true productivity partner that can plan, prioritize, and execute on your behalf. Now, even the most powerful AI models have a limitation. They can only work with the knowledge inside their training data and what you provide in the prompt. And that's where Retrieval Augmented Generation or RAG comes in. RAG combines the strengths of 2 worlds. Retrieval from a knowledge base like a vector database filled with your tasks, documents, and notes. Generation from a large language model, which takes that retrieved context and produces a natural, useful answer. Here is how it works in practice. Suppose you ask, what are the pending action items from the last design review? The system first converts your question into an embedding and searches the vector database for relevant notes from that meeting. Those notes are pulled out and passed into the language model as context. The model then generates a summary that's grounded in the actual meeting notes, not just its general knowledge. This makes the AI's answers specific, accurate, and up to date. It also cuts down hallucinations because the model isn't guessing, it's working with real data you provided. In productivity apps, RAG is everywhere. It powers semantic search, contextual Q&A, and even proactive suggestions like reminding you of a document when you start a related task. Now, one of the challenges in building AI productivity apps is integration. Your assistant might need access to calendars, emails, CRMs, or databases, and wiring up each one can get messy fast. And that's where MCP or Model Context Protocol comes in. It's an emerging open standard that acts like a USB-C port for AI. Instead of custom connectors for every app, MCP provides a universal way for AI agents to discover and use tools or data sources. For example, with MCP, the same assistant that organizes your task could also pull in your calendar events, query a database, or update a document, all through a consistent interface. This matters because it means future productivity tools won't be limited to one ecosystem. They'll plug into whatever services you already use, securely and seamlessly. In short, MCP is about making AI agents more versatile and less siloed. An exciting trend for the next generation of productivity apps. So now you understand what your AI stack is made up of. Embeddings, vector databases, agent orchestration, RAG pipelines, MCP integrations. Here is the uncomfortable question. Who controls all of this? Right now, for most teams, the answer is someone else. Your embeddings are computed by OpenAI's API. Your vector database might be hosted on Pinecone's cloud. Your LLM calls are going to Anthropic or Google. And when any of those goes down, your product goes down with it. I covered the Anthropic outage in detail in a separate video, link in the description. But the point is simple. You have zero control over the infrastructure. Now, more and more engineering teams are responding to this by pulling the stack in-house. Self-hosted models running on private GPU clusters, VV8 or Milverse running on your own infrastructure instead of a managed cloud, embedding pipelines running internally, agents orchestrating across internal tools, not public APIs. This gives you redundancy, cost control, data privacy, and the ability to keep running when an external provider has an outage. But it comes with a problem nobody talks about in these architecture diagrams. How do you actually access that self-hosted model from anywhere? The model is sitting in Kubernetes cluster somewhere. So you open a port, set up a VPN that gives everyone way more access than they need. None of those are real options. And this is where today's sponsor come in. This is TwinGate. They authenticate through your existing identity provider, Okta, Google, GitHub, whatever you already use. TwinGate's admin console sits in the middle. You have defined exactly one thing as a protected resource, that API endpoint, nothing else. The connector lives inside your cluster. An encrypted secure tunnel gets established back to whoever's requesting access. Teammate authenticates, identity provider confirms who they are. TwinGate knows what they are allowed to reach. The connector inside your cluster forwards the request directly to the LLM API pod. They reach that one service, nothing else in your cluster. This is zero trust applied to exactly the infrastructure problem we have been talking about. Your self-hosted fallback model is accessible to whoever needs it from anywhere without compromising your security posture. TwinGate is built for this. Self-hosted LLMs, AI agents running on your own hardware, internal APIs behind a Kubernetes cluster. And if you're a DevOps engineer, there's a Terraform provider, so access policies live right alongside your infrastructure as code. Their free tier covers up to 5 users, which handles most home lab and small team setups completely. Link is in the description. Whether you're routing to a cloud fallback or a model you host yourself, the principle is the same. Design for the outage before it happens. So let's recap. We started with embeddings, the building blocks that let AI understand meaning instead of just words. We saw how vector databases gives AI system memory, storing those embeddings so they can surface the right information at the right time. We explored agent orchestration, the decision-making loop that lets AI not just remember, but actually act. We covered RAG, the bridge that grounds AI answers in real, up-to-date data instead of hallucination. And MCP, the emerging standard that connects AI agents to the tools and services you already use. The big picture, modern AI systems aren't magic. They are infrastructure. And like any infrastructure, they need to be designed for resilience, ownership, and security. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.